Figment, EPCOT's lovable purple dragon, is about to get his own feature film. Have you heard about this? Yeah, Deadline reports that a Disney film is in the works featuring the character Figment, a small purple dragon who serves as the mascot of Epcot's Imagination Pavilion in Orlando. The feature hails from Seth Rogen's Point Grey company with Pokemon Detective Pikachu's Dan Hernandez and Benji Samit set to write it. Deadline has learned this as of this past week. Figment was created by Walt Disney Imagineers Tony Baxter and Steve Kirk, among other collaborators, in 1983, and the same year it made its debut in the Epcot ride Journey into Imagination. Figment is embodiment of the imagining process, figment of your imagination. Say all that 3 times fast. And Katrina, we've seen films inspire already existing theme park rides before. What sort of hope do you have that this movie might do the same for an Epcot ride in need of a lot of attention?
Let's think about this for a second. Just give me a second. I don't think it's going to do anything. I think like they've done a lot of remakes like Jungle Cruise, Pirates, and like they didn't, I mean, Haunted Mansion already existed and they made the movie off of it and they never modified it or anything. I think Pirates was the only one that they really thought nothing of it when they made the movie, and it turned out to be like a huge blockbuster film, and that's why they started bringing in like a little revamp and putting Jack Sparrow into the ride. They're not going to do it with Figment. I don't think so.
You don't
for how cheap everything is going in so far, I really don't think it's going to happen. And it's probably going to be like on a Disney Plus type thing. I can't imagine them. It's going to turn out to be like a blockbuster hit.
Straight to streaming, huh?
I mean,
it has to be.
I can't imagine unless like Seth Rogen like really puts forward and like, and then does his thing. And like, I mean, we all know Seth Rogen. I can't imagine like him doing a little smoky poo and then Figment pops out or something kind of thing. That's like the first thing I thought of.
Super bad with Figment, right?
I mean, imaginations do get a little wild when you have a little
crazy.
bit of, persuasion, if you know what I mean.
Maybe they'll name one a Figment. But anyway, I digress. I hope it would be really cool if they were able to like just gut that whole ride and then build a new one.
That's what they should do.
But they really need to actually like make a good movie and then like fight for it, because Disney's gonna like put the hammer down and say no, we're gonna cut like the budget on this and this and this and this, and that's probably gonna be like a cut and go direct to streaming, and they're gonna make it cheesy and probably really stupid.
I feel like they're doing all the cheapest things possible to the Figment name, instead of actually just updating the ride like they really should.
Everything
like,
around Figment.
They're like, hey, a new Figment meet and greet. Hey, we're making a Figment movie. Hey, we made a Figment cake. Like, it's just like, guys, you're doing everything possible except updating the ride. Just update the ride.
They update the sweater every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's all
Christmas, and that's it, but not for the 40th.
True.
I don't know.
Maybe it's all leading that direction. I mean, maybe this is a slow burn to see the reaction to more and more Figment infused in things.
Slow burn, like someone's going to light it on fire, so they have to do something with it.
I mean, it could be, but if you think about, like, Katrina mentioned Pirates of the Caribbean, like, that was, like, a mega hit. Like, that was the reason they updated the ride. Like, if that wasn't a mega hit, just like Haunted Mansion, was a flop, they didn't do anything to Haunted Mansion after the movie. They're not doing anything to Jungle Cruise. I mean, they changed Jungle Cruise because of the racial connotations. They didn't change it because of the movie. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're gonna do anything to the ride. I wish they would. Someday they'll have to do something to it, but especially if this movie starts doing pretty well on Disney Plus, where it's definitely gonna be, I'll bet money on that. They don't want to close the ride while the popularity is better than it was, so I just can't imagine them. But I kind of have high hopes for this movie. Like, think about Chip and Dale,
Sure.
Like that was I mean, I know Seth Rogen wasn't like one of the main, I mean, he was in that movie, but he wasn't like one of the main guys. But and then also when you think about Detective Pikachu, that was kind of a lot like Chip and Dale in a way, but in the Pokemon universe rather than a cartoon universe, because it was very much like, oh, what if Pokemon just like lived among us? And it was kind of a silly movie in that kind of Chip and Dale way, where they felt like they were breaking the fourth wall in a certain way. So I think they're probably going to do the same thing with Figment, where it's going to be kind of a interesting approach to it. I'm curious to see. I'm excited.
Gonna get Eric Idle as the star and have him running till his dying day, like have that be the story, right? Have him running to the dying day where he sees this dragon but nobody else does.
I love that.
I just want him to quote the Twitter.
and then in the that too. And then at the end he's gonna be the moon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. That's like the best movie ever.
It writes itself.
Put a bow on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think it's gonna be very self-aware, like Chippendale was. Rescue Rangers.
I think they're not going to take it seriously. Like, I mean, I feel like that's the type of like they saw the Chippendale format and they didn't take it seriously. They had a lot of like grown-up kind of connotations in that film too that like adults could pick up on too. So I hope Figment does that.
That would be nice. Grown-up connotations.
Hopefully they use their imagination. Finger guns. Thank you. Garrett's with me. I love Garrett. Tony's with me. Come on, everybody. Let's go.
Wow. I think one of the biggest missteps of the film franchise's inspiring attractions that never occurred was just having an Eddie Murphy type character running from hallway to hallway in the Haunted Mansion screaming the whole time like he did in the film. It really would have put, I think, the attraction experience really over the top for an attraction that could have, most definitely, being the Haunted Mansion, right? Yeah. Haunted Mansion always can be elevated. I mean, it's one of the worst rides in existence. I think we all agree. And so having Eddie Murphy or a caricature of Eddie Murphy animatronics screaming in every hallway that you go to would only just put it over the top for me.
Yeah, so. That I want, and put Jennifer Tilly in that ride. Let's go.
Excellent. Oh my gosh. And while we're at it, let's do a crossover. Get Chucky in there.
Oh.
And
sure, okay.
Excellent.
Let's go.
We'll find some theming and oh my, imagine what we could do at the helm. You know who would listen to an idea like this? Michael Eisner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Yep.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hey, Michael.
Wow, words of wisdom from Michael. Love it.
We miss you, buddy. You let us know in the comment section, are you somebody looking forward to the Figment film? And what do you think it's going to be about? Is this going to be a more playing to the breaking of the fourth wall, more mature theme, or is this going to be strictly for kids? Seth Rogen being involved kind of tells me it might be a little bit more adults, but we will certainly see.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.